The Madlanga Commission will continue at the Brigitte Mabandla Justice College in Pretoria this morning. Former Ekurhuleni Municipality Employee Relations Head Xolani Nciza, who has been testifying over 2 days, will continue his testimony. Nciza has testified about the relationship between then Municipal Manager Imogen Mashazi and suspended Deputy Police Chief Brigadier Julius Mkhwanazi. Let's cross over to SABC News anchor Sakina Kamwendo and reporter Canny Maphanga in Pretoria for an update. Once again, good morning to both of you. Sakina?
Well, thanks, Leanne. Welcome back to the Brigitte Mabandla Justice Centre here in the nation's capital. And Kenny, let's get straight into it. So from the onset, we knew that one of the things that Mr. Nciza was going to shed light on was, of course, those the contracts regarding the blue lights. And that came through very interestingly yesterday in terms of, one, the detail, but also in terms of the variables that it's still left hanging.
Well, part of the misconduct red flag, if we could put it that way, that informed the decision to proceed with the disciplinary proceedings against, according to Nciza, who was one of the signatories to institute that process against Mkhwanazi. He went through the great detail of the various factors that informed the decision that this person needs to be suspended pending the finalization of the inquiry into these allegations of misconduct, which was fairly a normal process for him as the former head of employee relations at the city of Ekurhuleni. But with specific reference to the MOUs become important because in the alleged cover-up, which he frames it as, they were actually able to identify the insidious intent behind what was being done allegedly by Brigadier Mkhwanazi. Because now you have this query that is coming in from the investigative journalist, that is Jeff Wex of News 24, inquiring about this blue light saga. And essentially you have this private firm that clearly allegedly enjoys some kind of a relationship with Mkhwanazi in his personal capacity. So alternatively, what he allegedly does is he tries to purport it as a relationship with the EMPD, because that is how you'll be able to formalize it in the eyes of the law. That's probably what the logic was when it was done. But what you actually do is that you expose the flaws in that particular agreement, because not only is it not supported by the regulatory framework, but it also exposes that there was a deeper intent behind this alleged scheme. Because if you are stating that you want to give EMS services and crime combating services to the city, there is regulation that creates an EMS and Metro Police within the city. You can't outsource it to the private security company. And if you're going to donate your vehicles to assist in that crime combating operation, why are the vehicles still in your possession after they're registered by the city of Ekurhuleni? That speaks to a deeper issue taking place within that particular alleged scheme. What were those vehicles doing when they were still in the property of Vusimuzi Katmatlala? Because now we know that when those vehicles did not go to the municipality but continue to operate allegedly under the private security firm, it means that they allegedly had those blue lights, which means that they were able to do whatever they pleased without any interruption. So if it meant if they were allegedly transporting something, that they would not be stopped, those vehicles could flag someone down, because they now would enjoy the associations and benefits of being law enforcement agencies, meaning that that risk of elements of criminality was definitely high during that period of a month or so when they allegedly were registered under the city of Ekurhuleni. And that is what is being highlighted by Nciza as the many red flags, rather, of alleged misconduct which prompted them to initiate those disciplinary proceedings.
And also the irregularity of the subsequent contracts, the dates that didn't quite square up in terms of when it was requested, when it was signed, who was supporting, who had requested, and of course the absence of a council resolution, among other things, to regularize this contract. So all of that came out yesterday, and of course we'll bring you analysis in the final hour. Leanne?
Thanks again to both of you for catching us up on some of the things that were mentioned yesterday at the Madlanga Commission.